Every year, lawyers need to renew their practicing certificate. So when my turn came, I didn't have the money and I could not raise that money. And I continued to practice without renewing my practicing certificate. Carrying that guilt was not an easy thing. It's a stupid thing, but that unfortunately was how stupid I was then. I went out on my own sometime in 1997. And to be very honest, not being a very educated businessman, my firm began to struggle financially. And while I tried my level best to try and keep things afloat, it was just churning out money from my reserves, as it were. And that's where the whole downfall started. Every year, lawyers need to renew their practicing certificate. So when my turn came, I had defaulted. I've never had a lavish lifestyle. I'm not a drinker, I'm not a smoker. I don't speculate in the money market or things like that. But it's just that without the income coming in, I didn't have the money and I could not raise that money. So with that situation, I had to make a decision because I also had existing files in which clients had made some payment. Even till today, my family members call me a capo. Wherever I see there is a possibility of me coming in to help, I do it. And obviously, in the legal field, you can probably extend that help in a more productive and complete way. It's a stupid thing, but that unfortunately was how stupid I was then.
He was clearly someone who had suffered a spectacular fall from grace. When Mayeh first came to me, he had already served a prison term of 9 months and he was inevitably going to be struck out, which means he's not going to be allowed to practice law any longer. And so the challenge for me was to see, based on the circumstances of his case, whether we could make an argument for him to receive a more lenient sentence.
I completed the works for the client wherever I could. Quite a lot of it was very personal in that sense. They may have divorces, they have matrimonial disputes and a few other things. If I were to say I cannot do this work for them, then there was this obligation that I have to pay them back the fees. So in that dilemma, I just continued to carry on with the work. I don't really share quite a lot. So when it came to this matter, it just never occurred to me to go and speak to anybody, no matter how close it could be, that, hey, hello, I'm a failure at this point in time. And to walk around with a black coat when you know you are not really authorized to practice didn't help at all. And I did it until there came a certain point in time when it became very clear to me that I cannot continue doing this. And that's when I came clean with the Law Society.
If you go simply on the facts leading to the charge, here's a lawyer who practiced without a PC for 18 months, which the court pointed out is a very long period. And I think given his circumstances, I was prepared to do it on a pro bono basis. And I'm glad that I did, because in the process I got to know and befriend actually a wonderful human being.
Carrying that guilt was not an easy thing. I tried to just push aside all these things and just try and complete the work to the best of my ability. I reached out to do certain jobs that were not at all related to the legal profession. Pro bono work, legal clinic services, uniform organization as a volunteer and things like that. Till today, I coined this term for myself that I became an ostrich. Put my head on the ground and thought the world will move around me and things like that.
For a man whose conscience was stricken by the fact that he was clearly doing something wrong, Mayeh was still able to take on another 2 or 3 cases on a pro bono basis. He still had the heart to help somebody else resolve their legal problems. Once these factors are brought to light, it changes the complexion of the case. I do believe that the court would at least considered some of these factors when it decided to give him a relatively short suspension period of 18 months.
I thought I will be disbarred, but fortunate for me, Abraham Burgess came in and he helped me through the court of 3 judges. And I will always hold him dearly to my heart. When I confessed to my family, they were all taken aback. They're angry with me, but they were there to give me support in many ways. After my suspension, I've had various organizations who were prepared to take me on. Maybe this is what the phrase second chance really means.
And the tragedy in this whole story is the fact that something could have easily been arranged for him with the help of his fellow members of the bar. But because Mayeh was too ashamed to reach out for help, he internalized his problem, tried to figure it out on his own. Speak to your fellow practitioners. The beauty of belonging to the legal profession is that you are a member of a fraternity, and in a fraternity we look out for each other.
I think I can appreciate when people, in normal circumstances itself, don't share very much. And when they find themselves in this kind of predicament, they would be probably even more shy or coy about it. But the thing is, one of the main mistakes I made was I never shared my predicament to anybody. I do regret that, and I wish I was wiser.